The future of remote work, you see, remote work is the future. That is the future. A lot of people across the globe, they want remote work.
Hmm.
Wishup, from the very, since from the time of its inception, has been a remote only company.
What's your favorite task to tackle?
Content writing,
One tool you cannot work without.
cup of coffee.
Interesting. But any productivity tool if you had to choose one?
Oh, I would say Google Keep.
All right. If not a virtual assistant or an online business manager in an alternate universe, what would be your ideal profession? What would Kunal be?
I would probably be a historian because I'm very fascinated with history in general.
Hi guys, welcome to the Business and Remote Work podcast brought to you by Wishup. I'm your host Crispino, and today we're joined by our online business manager here at Wishup, Mr. Kunal Roy. So good evening Kunal and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Crispino. Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Amazing. Cool Kunal, so let's get started. So to begin with, could you start off by telling our viewers and listeners a bit about yourself and what you do here at Wishup?
Well, of course. Well, for people who may not know, my name is Kunal, and professionally, I am actually a hotelier or was a hotelier. I started my career, at the very lower rung of hoteliering, back in Bombay, and slowly made my way up, to the post, to a managerial post. Fun fact: I've actually never done, hotel management, so the entire concept was very new to me. And after learning the ropes, after going through the motions, the ups and downs, knowing almost everything I needed to know, I knew there was time for a change. To progress, I knew I needed to up my game, my skill set, new experiences for both my professional and personal growth. And it's then that I joined Wishup. I came across Wishup, and I subsequently became a part of the company. And the journey has been nothing short of amazing. When it comes to you at Wishup, I'm an online business manager, and I work with entrepreneurs across the US in different aspects of the business. Help them. It could be multiple things. That's the beauty of working in Wishup. You're not assigned just one mundane task every day. If it's project management, then one day it's administration, then consulting, management. I mean, it's a whole myriad of learning experience.
True.
So that's
So how many years Kunal did you spend in the hotel industry?
8 years, more than 8 years, almost 9 years.
Wow, it's a lot of years. So how did you decide to switch from such a dynamic work environment, like you're always on the go in a hotel, you're always doing something, to a remote job? Like how did you decide to make that switch?
The transition was actually scary at first, but it turned out to be seamless. As you pointed out, the environment was very dynamic. I would be on my feet all the time. I would be 1 minute I'm at point A, then I'm at point B. So switching to an equally hands-on environment, but working from home to a remote environment was challenging. I thought it would be challenging, but with the support that Wishup had extended by way of its training, its welcoming attitude, its employee friendly policies, the transition wasn't difficult at all. In fact, it's not only boosted my productivity, but it's also helped me not only professionally but in my personal growth as well. So it's been an amazing transition.
That's amazing. What skills do you say Kunal transited from your hospitality background to this remote work job as an online business manager? Some of the top skills that that you're using still.
One of the main skills that all online business managers should possess, no matter the industry they're transitioning from, is versatility. Versatility and adaptability are your two main factors that need to be there, because that's how your skill sets are required. For me, one of the common traits that exist between both industries is, again, adaptability and versatility, and which helped me in my transition. And to be an online manager in any work environment, especially in a company like Wishup, these two factors play a great role.
Nice. So since you had the best of both worlds, and I'm sure the worst of both worlds as well, what would you say are some of the benefits of working remotely?
Oh, well, it's multifold. First and foremost, your productivity goes through the roof because
Mm-hmm.
you're free from a lot of distractions that you wouldn't otherwise notice in a dynamic environment.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you're more focused towards your tasks. The second part is there is a huge emphasis on work-life balance. You know, there's this raging debate about how many hours one should work. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's 70 hours, whether it's 40 hours,
Mm-hmm.
but there is that perfect balance of working plus maintaining your social life as well, and spending time with your family.
Hmm.
You know,
And yeah, coming from the hospitality industry, I'm sure that you've done like 14, 15-hour shifts, right?
oh yeah, I've even gone up to 20 hours. There have been days where at 4 o'clock in the morning, slept for 2 hours, in the hotel's bunker, and then reported for work.
Those are the worst kind of shifts. Yeah, I remember it brings me back to my old hospitality days where I had to do the same. And yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted. So initially, when I did make the switch to Wishup and to this environment, your body sort of, from that sort of industry to this, your body
Hmm.
goes through a shock initially.
Hmm.
But that's the good kind of shock.
Yeah.
That with it a whole host of benefits.
Hmm. Yeah. Were there any bad kind of shock? Like, were you not able to sleep or sit properly? Like, you have to sit for many hours at a stretch together. How is your body holding up to that?
Well, my body adjusted surprisingly well. By nature, I'm a little fidgety. I do need,
Hmm.
get up and walk around. And, in general, it's a very healthy habit. Every half an hour to 45 minutes, you stretch your legs, walk around for a few minutes, and that. Now, Vishal has a very, very, very employee-friendly policy wherein you can take those short breaks, during work. Uh, you can stretch your legs to make sure you're not fatigued in any way.
Yeah.
So that your productivity is absolutely on point.
Hmm. Makes sense. Do you also work out and stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
I am a huge advocate of walking. Fun fact: I used to weigh 110 kilos.
Oh wow.
I
That
was
was back when you used to work in hospitality?
yes.
Wow.
So lifestyle factors, helped me gain a lot of weight, and over the course of a year, I've lost 45 kilos.
Wow.
No, there was no gymming involved. Just walking in the morning, and eating well.
Hmm. Interesting, yeah. I mean, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Normally, people put on weight working from home, but it's the other way around for you.
Yeah, once you get into the groove, it's hard to
Yeah.
that habit.
Yeah. No, I think walking is the key. I definitely agree with you. The walking is like the best form of exercise. So you got it nailed on. So tell me, Kunal, what's been your or what do you like the most about working at Wishup?
It's approachability factor.
Mhm.
When I first joined the company, I was nervous about shifting industries entirely. After 9 years of working in the hotel industry, shift something as dynamic as Wishup was initially daunting. But
Hmm.
but ultimately, I found out those fears were very short-lived. From the
Hmm.
excellent training department, that you're a part of when you join the company, that helps you get through the motions, understand what the company is all about. Meetings were never like meetings; they were more like a conversation. And trainings would be fun. They weren't your typical, chalk and board training. They were extremely knowing the ins and outs of the company, knowing you're given the reins on how you would want to work. For certain guidelines. There was never any micromanagement. After the training, once you start working with your clients, uh, you get to learn so much. Being a part of Wishup. Jet setters from across the globe, how they form their companies, working with them, understanding their way of life, their tools. It's only up from there. You improve your skill set, course, you have wonderful colleagues, the management, that all become a factor into your success ultimately. And it's not
Hmm.
just work, of course. A lot of potential candidates thinking of transitioning to work from home, they would think the human factor is missing. That is usually the most common complaint one would have. But
Hmm.
that feeling is always kept to a minimum. Every Friday, for example, we have something called TGIF, where
Yeah.
all our colleagues get together and partake in fun activities, whether it's meme making or
Hmm.
quizzes or just listening to music. It
Yeah.
becomes a bonding activity. So you're never under that impression that there is no bonding with your colleagues. Of course,
Hmm.
being a company, there are employees from all over the country. You have Mumbai, you have West Bengal, you have Delhi, you have the South. Now, in each pocket of the country, there are a certain number of employees, so they always make it a point to meet up every now and then.
Hmm.
Over the weekends, grab a bite to eat. So it's we're always hands on. When it comes to being in touch.
That's amazing, and that's true. Yeah, I mean, it's a very vibrant community and culture that we have here at Bishop. So yeah, that's really nice. Kunal, tell me, since you now worked for 8 years in a work from office setup, brick and mortar setup, and now it's been, I guess, a year for you at Bishop,
A little over a year and a half.
over a year and a half. Nice. So since you have a good experience of both the worlds, what do you see to be the future of remote work?
The future of remote work. See, remote work is the future. That is the future. If you see in all aspects, there are a lot of people across the globe. They want remote work.
Hmm.
They're foregoing promotions for remote work, not even hybrid work. Wishup, from the very, since from the time of its inception, has been a remote only company. There's the
Yeah.
main manager working for this company. And, with the AI revolution, you know,
Hmm.
that's booming right now, and that is the way forward. It goes absolutely hand in hand with remote work. You
Hmm.
know, and personally, I don't feel AI is a detriment to jobs, but it's
Hmm.
actually a complement to your job.
True.
Especially looking at it from the eyes of a remote worker, because uh,
Hmm.
it helps you in your daily tasks. Of course,
Yeah.
ultimately, you're the one who's doing the work, but
Hmm.
working with AI, has its upsides, and that is the future.
Couldn't agree more with you, Kunal. So yes, we are all definitely on the same track over there. So Kunal, tell me, what are your aspirations, maybe at Wishup of a future? Like, where do you see yourself growing in this company or in the remote work setup?
Well, I plan on being with Wishup for the long haul, because the company has given a lot to me initially, in my transition, of my professional career, and I would like to give back to the company as well. So
Hmm.
I'm in it for the long haul. When it comes to my aspirations, it's all about increasing my skill set. For moving forward in your professional career at this stage, degrees have taken a backseat. Degrees are
Hmm.
important, but right now your personal skill set, such as soft skills, for example, have really taken precedence in a lot of industries,
True.
and that's where Wishup excels, in training you at. And
Hmm.
I hope, I hope to fill different roles at Wishup. Now I'm an online business manager. My
Hmm.
aspirations would be maybe to one day become a training manager, and
Hmm.
and give.
Jatin, Kunal is coming for your job.
You will probably be in a way higher position at that point. Uh,
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, but those are my aspirations of filling different roles at Bishop, garnering more exposure, increasing my skill set, and going along for the ride.
That's amazing. That's really nice, Kunal. So Kunal, the last question before we let you go. What advice would you give to all the people considering becoming an online business manager out there?
My advice would be go for it. Don't think twice. Keep Bishop as your first option.
Yes, yeah.
But in general, people who are thinking of transitioning to a remote work environment or online, becoming online business managers, it may seem daunting at first, but it would be the best decision you would make for your professional career, and it would do you good. You would have a lovely work-life balance. You would be working in a very dynamic environment, and my advice would be that make the most of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kunal. That was an amazing podcast. Really enjoyed your answers. They were very insightful. And definitely think anybody wanting to be a VA or who's maybe in the hotel industry considering to become a VA, this podcast episode would be really helpful to them.
Absolutely, and not just the hotel industry. For everyone out there, Wishup has employees from all walks of life.
Hmm.
We have employees from who have done their MBA, from the pharmaceutical industry, from the hotel industry, from all walks of life. So if you're out there and you're thinking of making the jump, you won't regret it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kunal. There's just one more thing left. So before we let you go, there's this round called as the rapid fire round,
Okay.
where I'll ask you a bunch of questions and you got to really quickly answer them. All right?
Okay.
Cool. So let's get started.
Yeah.
Cool. So the first question, Kunal, what's your favorite task to tackle?
Content writing.
Interesting. Do you have experience in content writing before?
College, I would actually write for a German technology website.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So if you need any help with content, I'll surely connect with you then.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. One tool you cannot work without.
A cup of coffee.
Interesting. But any productivity tool if you had to choose one?
Oh, I would say Google Keep.
Google Keep. What's that? Password?
It's like a notepad app. That's what
Okay.
computers
Got it.
taking notes all the time. So I need that tool all the time.
Well, I'm asking you these questions out of my notepad as well. So yes, that is really important for me as well. All right. If not a virtual assistant or an online business manager in an alternate universe, what would be your ideal profession? What would Kunal be?
I would probably be a historian because I'm very fascinated with history in general.
Interesting. Wow. Any like history, anything about history in particular that you're most fascinated with?
Oh, of course, I'm very fascinated with. There's this lady named Amelia Earhart. So she was basically the first woman to fly across the North Pacific. And this was I'm talking about 1930s, 1940s, and then she started missing.
Okay.
Flying across. So her dream was to fly across the world. Be the first woman to fly across the world. So I'm very fascinated with her story as an example.
Oh, was she found then? She went missing. Was she found or no?
But recently in the news this year, her Lockheed aircraft was found
Wow.
at the depths of the Pacific.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I get a feeling you'll like my next question. Your favorite conspiracy theory?
What happened to Malaysian Airlines MH17, I believe?
Yeah.
That is the basic conspiracy. I mean, the conspiracy theories out there are very interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
Abducted by aliens being my favorite.
That is my favorite as well, yes. Area 51.
Yes, Area 51. That's the conspiracy theory on the list. Area 51 exists.
Let's go. It does exist, but I don't know if it is for the
Space
aliens. Yeah.
Area exists, but all the conspiracy theories within it.
Yeah, true. All right. For the last question, if you had to choose 3 friends from Wishup to go on a road trip, who would it be?
I would choose Jatin because of his jokes.
Yeah. And he's singing as well, so he'll entertain you throughout the journey.
Goes out, I know I have Jatin.
Yeah.
Pick Robin. Because in case there's a zombie outbreak during the road trip, Robin can easily disguise himself as a zombie and save us all.
Is that Robin Paulos or Robin Singh?
Robin Singh.
Robin Singh. He could disguise himself as a zombie. I could see that happening.
Yes. So he could save ourselves. We could blend in.
Yeah.
And the third one would probably be Naveen, because if because Naveen, he's a strong guy. So if I overturned because of the zombies, he would sort of push the car back.
Amazing. Great choice. And all these three are fun characters as well. I've been with them, I've gone out with them, and they are amazing for a road trip. I can assure you that.
Absolutely.
All right, Kunal, that was it. Thank you so much once again for your time. It was great having you on the show. I hope you had fun as well.
Thank you for having me, Crispino. It's been a great podcast.
Great. All right, Kunal, I'll let you go. Take care and have a good night.
You too, Crispino.